want to play better than what we did a couple weeks ago when we played these guys. Feel like we're capable of playing much better football, especially as a defense, and I feel like we had a really good week of practice.
TJ, what was better in the first matchup than the second from a defensive standpoint?
I think create takeaways. Tip passes were being caught. We were able to get the football out. When the football was out, we were able to recover it. We were able to get hats to the ball, stop the run. Things that makes defenses great. There is no secret, especially this time of year. Teams that are playing physical football, getting as many hats to the football as possible, being opportunistic as a defense are going to win the game.
TJ, same question from the other perspective. What did they do better against you guys, you think, in round two, and what's your counter to that, particularly when it came to Lamar and Derrick's interchange?
They were able to run the ball effectively. They were able to take care of the football. Just saying the opposite to what I just said, but I think they're a dangerous offense, and it's no secret that they have a lot of playmakers, and they can stick to the run if they want to. They don't have to. Lamar can get out of the pocket, or he can stay in the pocket. They have a lot of guys that they trust, especially in the red zone with 80 and 89. So there's a lot of stuff you have to worry about. But more than anything, we need to worry about ourselves and playing good football.
TJ, not having a playoff win here, is that motivating, frustrating, something you don't even think about?
I mean, it is what it is. It's my story. Since I've been here, I won a playoff game, and been saying it this whole season. You guys know how important this is to me, and it starts with having a great day, day in and day out. This whole week, today was a good day. This whole week was a good week. But if we've learned anything about these last 4 weeks, it doesn't matter how well you prepare, how good you feel about your preparation, if you don't execute on game day. You can't add juice. You really can't. I mean, if you don't get up for these games, then I don't know what you're doing. It's a huge game because we're in it. Obviously, the Ravens, divisional opponent. It's great that we have 2 games to look at for film, just to see those intimate relationships that Mike T always talks about. But there's definitely going to be wrinkles. There was wrinkles from week 1 to the last time we played them. But more than anything, the thing that sticks out is being physical, stopping the run as early as possible, and creating those turnovers.
What kind of a difference does having a guy like Deshaun Elliott back on the field for this game? He missed the last Ravens game. What does he add in terms of helping to stop the run early? Huge.
I mean, he's a guy that exemplifies that, a guy that plays fast, a guy that's physical, has a ton of tackles, a guy that you can really rely on. So I'm excited to have him back.
As you talked about, like, your stat is part of a bigger thing where you guys have struggled to get out the first round. What gives you confidence that this team can be different?
I mean, we've had a hell of a good year until these last couple of weeks, honestly, and we know that we have the talent. We have the coaching staff. We have the scheme. We have everything that a good football team requires to make a playoff push. It's just a matter of playing good football collectively, and we haven't been doing that lately, but that doesn't mean that we can't get it back. And it's much easier to get something back than it is to try to rebuild it or build it from the start, And we've had a great week, but I feel like I've said that a lot this year. It's all about executing.
TJ, you said you can't add any juice, but does playing for this organization, as one that's won 6 Super Bowls, add any pressure, or does it give you maybe the feeling that it's more accomplishable, something you can accomplish because it's been done here?
I don't know. It just is what it is. I say all the time that there's a big difference between guys that come back that are Super Bowl champions and guys that aren't. And that's not a slight at the guys that aren't. I'm one of those guys right now. But there's definitely an aura and a sense to a guy that has won a Super Bowl. And there's a togetherness, a close-knit group of guys that when they come back for those alumni weekends, they hang out and they bond and they talk about their successes on and off the field and that Super Bowl run. And we want that. Every guy in here wants that. Don't confuse any of this lack of success for lack of effort. Everybody's trying. We're turning over every stone that we possibly can to be great. We want to be great. We just need to do it together. And that's not saying that we haven't, but we just need to do everything collectively and play complementary football when the time matters most. And there's definitely a sense of urgency because it's the playoffs in the National Football League. This is what everybody plays the game for.
The takeaways are obviously in your guys' identity. You've been one of the best in the league at it over the years. But can a defense be too reliant on turnovers? I mean, do you ever wonder if that's the case with you guys?
Not at all. I mean, you want to be opportunistic. You want to strike at the football. it's just getting back up with it and getting as many hats to the ball as you can. So if you do miss on the punch, you have another guy right there to help you.
TJ, maybe not the number of turnovers, but did you feel like you took a step against Cincinnati to the way you guys want to play as a defense?
I mean, there's good things that come out of every game, even if it's not the result that you are looking for. So there's a lot of good that came out of that game. There's also a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on, and that's what was so crucial about this week. It was nice to practice outside and get in the elements and not be on the turf all week and get those things corrected.
Anything else?
I think you said it coming off the field against Baltimore. We didn't get a 3-and-out. So to that point, how important is it to win more often on first and second down so you can put yourselves in advantageous positions on third?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, anytime you can limit the playbook for an offense, it's huge. It allows you to kind of get a beat on what they're trying to do. And 2nd and 7 is a whole lot different than 2nd and 2. Same with 3rd and 2 as opposed to 3rd and 10. So we're trying to get in situations where we make them uncomfortable, get them behind the sticks. But it's a lot harder to do than just come up here and say it.